Raji, an ancient epic, is a game that came out 2020, developed by an Indian-based studio and based on Hindi mythology. It's a game that got compared to God of War when it first revealed, and even in when people reviewing it and stuff, they're comparing it to God of War, especially the first 3 games, which made me interested in the game and want to check it out. But I never got around to it, and 6 years later, here I am making this video, kind of going over the game and reviewing it, talking about the good, the negative, and my overall opinion about this game. The story revolves around Raji, an orphan who's a circus performer for her little brother named Gulu, who works as a storyteller. One day while they were doing their performance and stuff, portals started opening around the world and demons came out of it and started attacking the people around. In the chaos, Raji survived, but unfortunately her little brother, Gulu, was captured alongside other children and stuff, which forces Raji to go on an adventure to get her little brother back, while 2 deities are watching over her, commentating and helping her along the way. The Raji herself can't hear them, and most of the story is told through these 2 characters, which might sound annoying, but thankfully they really nailed it. It's not obnoxious. They're both voiced really well as well, and they don't talk as much as you would think that they would, which is probably because of budget reasons, but it seemed to help it as well, as they're not overbearing throughout the game. A big positive for this game is the combat, which is nothing to write home about, honestly. I liked it because it gets the job done, basically. There's a lot of things that are wrong with it, but it is impactful, especially compared other games, even AAA games. Recently I was playing Immortal Phoenix Rising, the Ubisoft game, which is a AAA game, and the combat was so floaty, repetitive, and also just boring in general. I really want to review that game, but again, it's how bad the combat and everything around it was, I just dropped it. So I'm grateful that the combat in this game is good, because it's not really a AAA game, it's barely a AA game, it's on the low end of AA game, but the combat is it's impactful. Like I said, it gets the job done, and there are moments where you do have fun, but most of the time the combat is again, serviceable, and there isn't much you could say about it. It does have good elements within the combat itself. One of them is using the environments to do moves and combos and stuff. You kind of climb walls and then you backflip, and then you can do a normal attack, or you could do a heavy attack, which does a lot of damage and it's long range. You can also use poles and stuff, kind of swing around them and then do damage to the enemies. It also has 4 weapons. I'm pretty sure it has 4 weapons, but the way the weapons are distributed, I didn't like it, because you spend a good amount of time with just 1 weapon, and then you open the other 3, I'll say very close to each other. I wish it was distributed evenly throughout the game. There's a small, I'll say, skill tree in the game, but to get the skill trees you have to do a bit of exploration. They didn't give you, but it's leveling up and stuff. There's no experience level up and stuff in this game. The enemy variety is also good. There's only 3 bosses in the game, 3.5 if you want to be a bit technical about it, I guess. There's 3.5. They're all mini bosses, but they do get reused here and there, which is all positive. The big negative I'd say is the animation is a bit stiff. It doesn't sell the big impactful moments a lot, especially when you're doing the finishing moves and stuff. But the combat itself, again, like I've said many times, it gets the job done, which is good. Or even great, especially for a low-end AA game. Another positive I would say is the art style and the music itself. The music, it's again, it's indie kind of instruments and stuff are used, but they're not overbearing. If you know anything about indie music or instruments, they're very over the top, and they could have done overdone it, I would say, with the music, but they have restrained themselves a lot. The music uses 1 or 2 instruments at the same time. They didn't spam multiple. It's also very relaxing and complements the mood and the experience in a really nice way. It could get a bit repetitive, I would say, because I did hear a couple of the music multiple times, but because of how short the game is and how I'd say simple the music itself is, but only 1 or 2 instruments being used, it doesn't become annoying, even if you hear the same music multiple times. Just like the combat, it's another aspect that really just gets the job done, I would say, in a really nice way, not a negative. And then the art style itself is not a big positive, I would say, because I've seen a lot of indie games or even AA games, they go for realistic art style or graphics, and it like looks really bad, makes the game feel awkward and stuff. But they've once again restrained themselves with the graphics. They went with something like simple. They're not fully imitating the 2D art style. It's more of like a 3D, but I would say simple 3D. The environments look real nice. I'd say the NPCs or like the characters themselves, they're like okay, but like a big attention is paid to the environments rather than like the characters. Some of the enemies, they do look good, I'm not gonna lie. Some of them like really unique designs and stuff, but most of them, they look, I'd say, semi-generic, which there isn't anything wrong with. I'll say the bosses, especially like the bosses, they look generic, but like some of the mini bosses or like some of the other like enemies, they're like okay too good, I'll say, with the designs. The game might not look that impressive on this video because I was playing it on like low settings, I'm pretty sure. I changed it like later, and I don't have like recording of that, but there's like settings for ray tracing, reflections, and like other stuff, which makes like the game pop even more. It's a later update that they added in the game in 2023, I'm pretty sure, which ties the whole thing like together, the whole like graphic was like slash art style really well. As for the negative, I would say it's the slowness of the game. What I mean is like it's very slow. They're trying to like, I would say, lengthen your playtime because there's no running option in the game, so you're just like walking throughout the whole game, and it's very slow, I would say. It's not, the walking animation isn't that fast, and some of the animations as well, they're like really slow, especially like in the combat. That's like another big I'll say negative in the combat. It's like it feels very slow. There are like attacks and stuff that you could do which makes it feel faster, but most of the time it's like it's very slow. So if you treat this game as like really high intense action game, you will be like disappointed a lot. So I just want you guys going with the right expectation. Just treat this game as a relaxing game, I would say, a cozy relaxing game. You're gonna have like a way better time. But in my opinion, it is like negative because the game was being compared to like God of War, the first 3 God of War, and they're like very fast paced compared to this game. The combats in God of War, the first 3 games was like insane. If you've seen like any videos of it and stuff, like clips here and there, it's so over the top and fun. Unlike that game, the combat in this game is like not like that. Most of the comparisons with God of War come down to like, I'd say, the over the top camera angle, the themes of the game, like how it's touching on like the mythology of India, I would say. It's like how God of War, like it touches on like Greek mythology and stuff, and the whole like gameplay aspect of these games as well, because Raji also has like the big 3 gameplay systems: combat, exploration, and then like a bit of puzzle solving. There's also a bit of platforming, I would say. There's more platforming rather than exploration, so I'll say it's like gameplay, platforming, and then puzzle solving. Another negative would be the story itself. It's like vanilla, I would say. Most of the cutscenes are told in this like paper cutout like style, which is unique and that's good, but doesn't sell a lot of like the emotions and stuff of the game when some scenes like call for it. And there isn't like any other character to talk to, and the main character herself is like also very generic and safe. The only 2 characters that has like any impact on the story or like any relevance as like the 2 deities that like talk to the player rather than like talk to Raji, because she can't hear them, but they're also safe, generic as well. The story is just there to like take you from one mission to another mission, basically. Kind of like pushes you to like keep playing the game rather than like trying to tell a deep or emotional story at all, which is fine. But I was kind of disappointed because of this game being compared to like God of War. I was hoping they'll try to tell somewhat of a story, not even like a deep or emotional, like any kind of story, but like there was nothing there. But it is like a good introduction to Hindi mythology, because most of the stories focus on that, kind of give you like history lessons and stuff on the mythology. It can get like kind of confusing or like boring if you don't pay attention, so I'll say like you have to pay a bit of attention when they are talking about the mythology and stuff. But the characters themselves, the dialogue, that's meh. The overall like journey is meh, you know. And hopefully it's something they do fix in the sequel. Raji and Ancient Epic, it's a good game, especially like for the price. I'll say it's really good. If it was like just a tiny bit more expensive, I wouldn't recommend it. I'll say like get it on sale, but the price is like perfect for this game. The experience itself is also okay. It's a game I would recommend to people who are looking for like relaxing, cozy games rather than like a high intense action adventure game, because the gameplay is like very slow. The whole game is very slow, I would say, and the story itself is like nothing to write home about as well. If you feel like interested in the mythology and want to get like into it, I'll say it's a good game. Another negative I forgot to mention is like the voice acting, especially for like the main MC. She's like extremely bad in English. I don't know if she's like that in Hindi. I played in English. My mistake, honestly. The other characters like all good. It's just her, she's like really off. It makes you cringe, honestly. She's like really bad. So if you can't tank that, I'll say change the workshops to handy. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Leaving a like, comment, subscribe mean a lot. I'll see you guys next time with another video.